Hi, my name is Tim Habel, and today we're at the Guru Garage in St. Louis, Missouri, and we're looking at a 2008 Mazda 3 that has been to several repair shops for alignments and also has had the tires rotated side to side, but the vehicle still exhibits a drift to the left side. So we've got it up on the aligner and mounted the heads, and we've taken some readings to see if we can determine what the cause of the pull is. Okay, we've got our vehicle up on the alignment rack and we've mounted the heads and taken our initial measurements. If you notice, our right front camber is out of specification. Everything else on the alignment has been adjusted and is within tolerance, but the right front camber was unable to be adjusted, and so we're going to have to take a closer look at that. Okay, what we've noticed on this vehicle is that the manufacturer doesn't provide any adjustability on the front camber and the front caster, which answers our question as to why the camber on the right side is still out of adjustment. Okay, to delve in deeper as to the cause of why our right front camber is negative on this vehicle, we're going to go deeper into advanced alignment measurements. And what we've done is we've captured the SAI readings off of this particular vehicle. SAI is the steering axis inclination, and on this particular vehicle would be viewed as drawing an imaginary line through the top of the strut bearing plate down through the lower ball joint. And that comparison is shown up here on the screen. We basically have 15 degrees measured on the left side and 14.1 degrees on the right side. Okay, we've pulled up the vehicle specifications to get some ideas of what the SAI numbers should be on this vehicle. And we can see here that they should be identical from side to side. And we've got almost a 1 degree split on our vehicle. In pursuing the advanced alignment angles on this vehicle, we now have moved into looking at the included angle. The included angle is a combination of the SAI value and the camber reading on the car. And you can see that we do have a split between the left and the right side again being the suspect side, and we have about a 1.8 difference from left to right. Ideally, the included angle should be equal from side to side. We've pulled the wheel and tire assembly off of this vehicle to have a closer look at the strut assembly, the steering knuckle, and the lower control arm to see if we can see any damage on any of those components. When looking closer, we made an observation that the upper stabilizer link mount is much closer to the body on the backside than it was on the other side. And we also can see a shiny spot inboard on the body, which appears to be where the strut body was making contact and rubbing. So this is a good indication that we may have a damaged strut. Okay, what we've done here is taken a piece of orange coated wire and tied it to the top of the spring seat in line with the strut bearing plate, which is our upper steering pivot point. We've pulled the line tight in line with the lower ball joint, which represents our lower steering pivot point. What the orange wire will represent is the SAI, or the steering axis inclination line formed between the two steering pivot points. Typically, if something is bent inboard of this line, it's going to cause an effect on the SAI number. In our case, the SAI numbers from left to right were pretty much close. It was our included angle that indicated to us something was damaged. That damage would typically be either a steering knuckle or the strut assembly itself. With our damage being shown to be causing an impact on the inside of the body, it appears that the strut is our problem area. With the strut out of the vehicle, we can clearly see the damage point on the lower portion of the strut tube. This is the mounting point for the steering knuckle, which impacted the included angle and the negative camber that we were seeing on this side of the vehicle. However, the SAI, which is the imaginary line between the upper steering pivot and the lower steering pivot being the ball joint, were still in their original positions. So the only thing that was impacted on this side was, again, the camber and the included angle. With the new strut installed on the vehicle and the vehicle back on the turn plates, we recomped the heads and remeasured our camber, caster, SAI, toe, and you can now see that from side to side we've got 0.6 negative on both the left and right camber, 2.8 left and right on caster, and we adjusted our toe to be within specifications, and now our SAI is exactly 14.4 degrees from the left side when compared to the right side. So for more on advanced alignment diagnostics, feel free to go to fmgaragegurus.com and take our SS104.1 workshop at one of our many TSC locations across the country. For more on advanced alignment diagnostics, feel free to go to fmgaragegurus.com and explore our course offerings at a location near you.